Your former life was in a bliss of ignorance, until you've awakened to the darkness waiting on the doorstep of our fragile dimension. Something terrible left its eons-old slumber, and the reality, as we knew it, collapsed. The city of Arkham was pulled to somewhere not of this world, and its residents are in the shadows of true terror. As a survivor of this catastrophe, you should investigate the strange occurrences in the city and survive the rising darkness, physically and mentally, if possible.
Hello there. My name is Skull, and I welcome you to Stygian, Reign of the Old Ones, a game set in the Call of Cthulhu setting, particularly in the town of Arkham, which has been now pulled into a strange dimension that we do not know. Now, I have been a huge fan of Call of Cthulhu for a while. Actually, I've played the tabletop game quite a few times now, and I've played a few games that are set in that setting. And while I haven't read much of the books, this game really intrigued me when it came out. Even though it's been out for, I think, a few months, maybe a year, I think it was, I decided to take it upon myself and investigate this strange game. And we shall see it. From what I've seen of this already, it has some interesting mechanics, especially that it uses the sanity mechanic in a very intriguing way, and we will see that. So, this is a game where we can create our own character. So we can either create a new character, or I can select a pre-made character, which there's options. About, I think there's 16 options, 8 male characters and 8 female characters. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be creating a new character right from scratch. And this actually has a bit of a very long character creation, and I think I tested this out for a bit, and I remember it took me a while. So first of all, gender selection. The horrors of Stygian do not discriminate based on your character's gender. However, gender does play a role in some events and dialogues, opening up different role-playing opportunities. And this game does have quite a few role-playing, like, discussions and talks going on. Of course, I'm male, so I'm going to be playing a male character, which is this one. Then we're going to pick age. This is the age that your character begins the game with. Age determines the starting numbers, attribute, and skill points, which is actually quite important in the Call of Cthulhu game, the tabletop game. Age plays a very important role in terms of how knowledgeable you might be and what physical stats you might get. So this uses that. We have young. Young characters are in their physical prime, but lack the experience of older characters. Starts the game with a bonus point in either physique, agility, or senses, but is penalized with 2 less skill points. Adult characters have a balance in physical aptitude and life experience, start the game with the default values in attribute and skill points. Or old characters are in physical decline but have acquired more life experience than younger characters. Starts the game with a penalty in either physique, agility, or senses, but is awarded with 2 more skill points. I'm just going to play adult. Just an adult character, just to start off with the basic pools. This game does focus a bit heavily on the mechanics of the game, so do bear with me. Then we get to choose an archetype. This is your character's profession and overall theme. The archetype determines a set of skills which your character will excel at during the game, as well as some of your role-playing options. So we can play as an academic, an aristocrat, criminal, explorer, investigator, occultist, performer, or a soldier. Let's just see what we have here. Academic. This character uses to be a research scientist at Miskatonic University. Sent on a remote expedition in a foreign land, he had no warning of the doom patiently waiting beneath the frigid wastes. Medicine, psychology, and science skills can be improved to the maximum level. Requires a minimum score of 6 in mind. And these are skills, which we will see, and this is an attribute, if I'm correct. And a background. Oh, so right, so each of the archetypes get, I think it's like different background-like lines, which it seems that you get an advantage and a disadvantage. Alright, so we have essentially the classic academic researcher, an aristocrat. After the loss of his mother, this character is the sole remnant of a noble family. The memories provoked by his return to the family estate are not at all pleasant. Occult science and speechcraft skills can be improved to the maximum level. This archetype has no attribute requirement. It kind of makes sense, I guess. Flying bankrupt. Alrighty. Criminal. This character used to be a hired gun for an underworld boss. His last stop on a long night of collecting protection money was a nightclub known for its patrons' peculiar tastes in entertainment. Firearms, stealth, and subterfuge skills can be improved to the maximum level. Requires a minimum score of 6 in agility. Explorer. This character is a professional hunter and adventurer. While exploring the Dark Continent, he met an ancient tribe. What he views as a simple tribal superstition will come back to haunt him. Athletics, firearms, and survival skills can be improved to the maximum level. Requires a minimum score of 6 in agility. Investigator. This character is a private investigator who used to work for Boston Bureau of Investigation. His latest case, attempting to locate a missing child, turned out to be much more complicated than a common kidnapping. Investigation, firearms, and psychology skills can be improved to the maximum level and requires a minimum of 6 in senses. Occultist. This character is a member of a hidden order. The backing of the order has made life easier so far, but the initiation rite required to join the inner circle may involve some complications. Investigation, medicine, and occult skills can be improved to the maximum level. Requires a minimum score of 6 in will. Performer. This character is an actor for a traveling theater troupe. She was invited to Arkham by a woman desiring a private performance at her mansion. How could she refuse such an enthusiastic admirer? For our case, he. Athletics, speechcraft, and stealth skills can be improved to the maximum level. Requires a minimum score of 6 in presence. And then there's Soldier. This character took part in a secret government assault on an isolated coastal town. The enemy was not entirely human. Firearms, melee, and survival skills can be improved to the maximum level. Requires a minimum score of 6 in Psychic. So, I went all through them just to see what each of them do. All of these kind of fit in the Call of Cthulhu world. I don't know what this game will provide, if it will have more combat or more just investigative role-playing and stuff like that. Because generally, in the Call of Cthulhu games, whatever you play as, you will sometimes have a hard time. So, sometimes. All the time. And we'll all kind of give something beneficial, so... Generally, I would go investigator, but that just feels too, I like to call it cliche, because usually in Call of Cthulhu, the PCs are literally called investigators, so I might go with that, but what intrigued me are explorer, investigator, occultist, and soldier. Even criminal, like all of these are intriguing, like in terms of what to play as. I mean, we could also go classic, but crap. Just crap. Wow, I cannot decide. I literally cannot decide because they're all good choices. Damn. Apologies for me, because I don't know what to play, because all of these seem to be... they would fit the Stygian setting so well. And I don't want to go investigator because I find it too classic, just too classic. So, you know what? I think I will go with the Explorer character. This character is a professional hunter and adventurer. So they are good with athletics, firearms, and skills, and they have a 6 in agility. I think the Explorer will maybe be useful. Let's see what other backgrounds I can take. So I take adventure, which is the default. Pathfinder. You used to earn your living as a guide in uncivilized territories. You prefer to move the lighter load for better mobility. Lower chance of random combat encounters. It's pretty decent, I guess. Lower inventory capacity, though. Mountaineer, you tested your endurance in the past by reaching the peaks of tall mountains. You rarely leave things to chance and act cautiously. +1 to athletics and -2% critical success chance. Understandable. And then there's Big Game Hunter. You are a trophy hunter seeking glory and conquering the wild. You learn to keep your prey at a distance and shun the opposite scenario. Higher damage to beastly enemies, plot -1 melee attack. I think I just go for adventure. Let's just see how the default adventure will go. But I do like these backgrounds. Like, you can play with so many different styles, because I think there's if you take 4 with 8, then there's about 32 different options you can play in this game. That's a lot for a game. So we'll go with that. The belief system. Ah, yes, this one. Belief systems determine how your character deals with the warped reality of New Arkham. Properly role-playing your chosen belief system will grant valuable sanity points. Ah, so this... Wow, this is actually cool. So, back in... The way how Call of Cthulhu works most of the games usually is, you lose sanity somehow. Whether it's you're seeing a shocking sight and stuff like that. But there hasn't been like a belief system of sorts like this, and this is actually interesting. So let's see what they all have. So we have humanistic, that throughout history mankind has survived countless threats. If we stop rigging our hands and start cooperating, we will live to see the human spirit prevail once more. So this is essentially a paragon role. Extra sanity can be gained by selecting humanistic dialogue choices and committing acts of altruism. That's understandable. Materialistic. If we're all doomed, let's make our final days worthwhile. Wealth, lust, power, pursue whatever eases your pain. Extra sanity can be gained by selecting materialistic dialogue choices through material gain and acts of self-indulgence. Nihilistic. At last, there is no doubt that human beings are of no significance in the cold machinations of the cosmos. Thus, every action is of equal importance and worthlessness, just as it always has been. Extra sanity can be gained by nihilistic dialogue choices. A nihilist cannot gain sanity through her actions, but begins the game with higher mental resistance. Huh. Alright. Interesting. And divine. The Black Day is God's final test of humanity. We failed him once, but he has given us the last chance of redemption. Those who are alive survive this for a reason, to prove that mankind is not without hope. Extra sanity can be gained by selecting faithful dialogue choices and through acts of divine worship. Rational. No matter how unusual or baffling, no phenomenon is beyond the boundaries of science and rational thought. There has been an explanation. What must be done is to search and find it. Extra sanity can be gained by selecting rational dialogue choices and through scientific and medical research. Science or medicine skills recommended. And esoteric. When supernatural becomes natural, the only path is to embrace the knowledge of the ancient forces behind the veil. We must tap into the hidden arts and realize our potential in order to survive and eventually dominate. Extra sanity can be gained by selecting esoteric dialogue choices and through occult research. Occult skill recommended. So you have humanist, materialistic, nihilistic. I do like the sounds. For an explorer character, just an explorer, it's between humanistic, divine, or materialistic. I don't see him rational, I don't see him esoteric, and I don't feel like playing a nihilistic for this first play, so... I mean... I can either be a good boy, or I can just be interested in just material items. Let's go humanistic. You know, just the most basic, probably, and altruistic, so... Character identity, so we can choose a character picture here. I need a good explorer, which... That could be one. That one. Ooh, I like the shade there. I mean, that's just... That is... He has the explorer's hat, of course we would go with that one. A lot of interesting choices, I'd say. That's also pretty decent. Choices. And these are like a lot of types of like different people, like from different styles, I think. It does seem to be trying to blend, like they try to blend a mix of realism in terms of the art, like realistic people, and also like a bit of, you know, Cthulhu-like art, the 1920s art, quote unquote. Ah, there's so many good options. Like, so many options. I'm debating between this one or this one. That feels explorer-y, and this guy just feels like, you know, shifty explorer. Let's go with this one. Let's give him a name. What shall I name him? I mean, I didn't want to go as Skull. I would have given him like a 1920s name. Roderick. It's American, so I'm trying to think of an American surname. And one that sounds wealthy as hell, because he's an explorer. Roderick... Terrence? Yeah, Roderick Terrence. There we go. Let's see how he survives the Night of Cthulhu. Now we get status distribution. So, it seems that this is... Actually, we have health, sanity... Let's see what we have here. Attributes. Physique. Physique determines your character's general physical prowess and is frequently used with melee and survival skills. Okay. So essentially just strength. Agility. This determines the extent of your character's overall dexterousness and is frequently used with athletics, firearms, melee, subterfuge, and stealth skills. Alright. And we already have a 6 because we're the explorer. Senses. Senses determine your character's overall perceptions of the outside world and is frequently used with firearms, investigation, stealth, and survival skills. Alrighty. Mind determines your character's intellectual accumulation as well as cognitive faculties and is frequently used with medicine, psychology, and science skills. Will is the attribute of exercising self-control as well as utilizing spiritual power and is frequently used with occult and survival skills. Presence determines your character's attractiveness, charisma, as well as personal charm and is frequently used with speechcraft. Alrighty. Athletics is the skill that enables characters to move gracefully, dodge attacks, and perform athletic maneuvers, affects throwing and physical defense. Firearms is the skill operating all kinds of firearms, from pistols to machine guns and everything in between, affects range attack. Investigation is the skill of observance, deduction, clue hunting, locating hidden objects, finding subtle connections, affects sense, threat, and spot detect. Medicine is the skill of preparing remedies, performing medical operations, and the general study of plants and pharmaceuticals, affects medical research. Melee is the skill of hand-to-hand fighting when handling melee weapons, affects melee attack. Occult is the skill of comprehending the unknown and grasping the knowledge of the mythos, affects spellcraft and occult research. Psychology is the skill of sensing the motives of others, conducting mental therapies, and studying neurotic phenomena, affects mental resistance. Science is the skill of understanding a material world, making inventions, and grasping the principles of scientific facts in this world and the next, affects scientific research. Speechcraft is the skill of influencing others with words and navigating wisely through a heated debate and mastering the art of the demagogue. Okay. Demagogue, I think. Stealth is the skill of dispersing under the shadows, fading from the eyes and ears of would-be detectors, affects stealth value. Subterfuge is the skill of dirty tricks, legerdemain, lockpicking, and muggery. And survival is the skill of self-reliance, endurance, and knowledge of making ends with minimal resources, affects damage resistance. My apologies for speaking that much, but I wanted to go through all the skills and stuff, so... Apologies for the sound that I wasn't drinking water. So, I can go through all these, but to just go through what I've understood, health and sanity is a pool. Let's see, health is a pool from which every physical damage received by the characters are structured from. Exhaustion of current health pool points below the critical levels result in various morale conditions and combat penalties. Sanity is a pool from which every mental damage received by the characters are subtracted from. Exhaustion of current sanity pool points below the critical levels result in various mental conditions and neurotic diseases. Action points. AP reaction self. This I think we might be going towards. This might be a GURP system probably, or like similar to Fallout and stuff. I can go through all these, but I will just quickly like just see what stats we'll have and just immediately just hit the game so I don't waste more time. So in terms of attributes, we have 7 points we can spend. And once we, as you can see, once we pump stuff up, these numbers will go up. I think I'll have a... So, anytime I play a Call of Cthulhu, I tend to always want to have a decent sanity, so I think I'll pump my mind up a bit. Maybe... And also, I think having a decent health will always be useful, so... Let's see here. Have a decent census, so increase the will, seems it increases all those stats there. I don't feel... I think presence we can keep it how it is. But I do feel like having a decent mind is always useful. So a decent sanity, like... In Call of Cthulhu, having a decent sanity and health bars are always useful, so you don't die. That's the point of it. So yeah. Let's see here. I think I can go with this. I can live with this, I think. So physique 6, agility 6, sentence 4, mind 7. I mean, will 6, presence 4. I think this is decent enough. In terms of skills, you have 5 points. We get to spend in athletics, firearms, and survival are the core skills and ingredients we can. They'll essentially get to be the maximum level, which I do not know. Survival seems to maybe focus around damage resistance, which doesn't really do anything, it seems. So, firearms will help with ranged attacks, and athletics will focus on throwing and physical defense. I'll have one in the primary skills, and I think I'll take investigation and what to take, so many options. Could go melee also. Yeah, we can go with this. We can go with kind of this spread, here. I don't do attributes. My question right now is, do attributes even go up? So, because that'll be intriguing to know. But I think this is fine. This is a fine kind of spread. And there you go. Our character seems to be done. Roderick Terrence, the explorer. He's an adult male with a belief system of humanistic, and he's an adventurer. So, and as you can see here, here is our stats. I think we'll be fine. We will see what goes on. Alrighty. Let's confirm. Venturing into attic. This might be a long part 1, mainly because we did the character creation stuff with that, but let's see where this will take us. A year has passed since your encounter with that peculiar fellow, known as the Dismal Man. When last you met, he instructed you. Find me beyond Arkham, after the Black Day. At the time, these words did not mean much to you, but soon after you would come to understand. On what is now known as the Black Day, under the shadow of the Awakened, the world you knew vanished, and with it your hopes, future, and loved ones. For reasons unknown, the city of Arkham was separated from the carcass of Earth and exiled to another place under alien stars, a twilight realm between dimensions. Unlike many others, you survived, body and mind mostly intact. Ever since you have existed from day to day in the grey gloom of the old Yale house, waiting for that enigmatic man to call, a man whose very existence you are now beginning to question. until you awaken to another layer of the nightmare. Until the visit at the old attic. There's one strange man. Footsteps of the Dismal Man. 2 lamps in the darkness. Journal. I awoke in the attic of the old heel house to the light of the Dismal Man's lantern. It seems he wants me to follow him. There's a lamp over here, it seems. Inventory. Illuminate the small area around the user. Can we equip this? Oh. There we go. Survival recipe, Molotov cocktail, empty kerosene canister, What's going on here? Locked. This is a strange place. The old eel house. Doesn't seem we can save here. What's going on? The old eel house. Drink and eat. Huh. Something is going on. Something strange. Hello. Are those skeletons? They're dancing. Okay, whoa. Whoa. Oh! Is that a doggo? Santa lost, 15 horror witness. Wait, we have a dog? Oh! We got a dog! That's actually cool! Holy shit, I didn't even know we get the dog. Companion join Winston. Ah, Winston. Where's everyone to learn the controls? Wow, I didn't expect you can get a dog out of this. Crap. And looks like our guy already took a hit in his sanity, it seems. Alright guys, tell you what, I think we can end the first part here with the odd, mysterious dream over of the enigmatic man. And, well, after we've done character creation, so... Wow. Alrighty. Alright guys, I will, thanks for watching. This was Skull. If you liked the video, please give it a like down below. And subscribe to the channel if you want to watch more videos of this. And please, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. Until next time guys, I'll catch you later.